It's a fresh season, my friends, and we're jumping into two of my favorite events here in Last Day on Earth. Main account, let's get into it here. We're going to do some Forlorn Fair today. We've made some really nice progress. We have completed this already, and we have gotten the refresh. This is now our second go at the refresh. Second go? I believe second go at the refresh, and making some good progress. So we're going to jump in, we're going to take care of that, and then we're going to quickly pop over and we're going to knock out our commune for the day. A couple of things I want to talk about here in terms of rewards and some things that we're focused on that we've been doing both on our free-to-play and our main account. Let's get into it. Got a reset here for Forlorn Fair. I am feeling better. Still got a little bit, but as you can tell, feeling much better, which is really nice. So last time I left off with, I was at level 13. So we made some pretty good progress. If you're not familiar, you're going to move through each of these three stages for the Forlorn Fair one time through. They're going to have a different set of rewards, which is actually really good. You get a ton of awesome storages. This is probably for many players at the very tip top of their favorite events. They're fun to do. They're relatively easy, close to the home base, all the things that we love, really solid rewards, plus a really cool kind of pseudo shop ticket station where you can get some absolutely great materials and weapons out of. It's awesome. When you finish that, this is actually relatively new. Again, the second time we're jumping into it, it actually resets completely, and then you're able to work back through restoration, preparation, and grand opening stages. We get a different set of rewards, and they've brought the extractors. Now, I will say this. I'm less excited about the extractors. You can get 2 of each. So if you previously picked up some extractors from some of the other events, you are going to be able to play both or 2 of each if you end up earning those and these in addition to that. So that is neat. With that being said, they're not the greatest top-end reward. The nice part is you have a good variation of the different rewards here that we can pick up. So I'm going to knock this out. I'm actually going to grab some tickets. We'll do our rewards for this to show you what we got. But really cool stuff. You got EXBP here at level 1, some genomes, some dogs. Level 2, you jump into some corgis, which is really cool. Plus, we get a nice little drone blueprint, some more genomes. And then finally, here, I think this is really awesome. Spectre card, we get some Rottweiler pups, so pretty cool. In addition to that, you get tickets in between all of these main reward levels, which is just going to be good stuff. So we hit level 13. This last go around currently, we're sitting at level 20. So nice little jump, pretty good. What you will notice is we are at 10,000 points per level with this refresh. I want to say, and I'm pretty confident, that this is double the points that you would need if you were completing this stage on your first go through. So the grind here is a little bit longer. I don't necessarily dislike that, to be honest with you, because this is kind of just like juice on top, right? You're just getting a little extra for going back and redoing these and grabbing some rewards. And I will be honest with you, when this didn't refresh, because previously when it came back around, you would just continue on where you were at. So you'd be at the grand opening stage and you just continue to add levels, and then basically you could get infinite coupons or tickets from that standpoint, which wasn't bad. It just wasn't particularly the best reward that I was hoping for, that we were hoping to see, me personally. Now some people probably really enjoyed that, so I didn't focus as much on this event. I don't think that's a bad thing either. But I will tell you, I've definitely been more invested, especially this go around, with trying to get some levels up and trying to get to the next stages. So I'm appreciative that we've gotten the reset, and I'm curious, if you have the reset, what's your thoughts? Would you have rather have kept just kind of like the infinite train going, or do you enjoy kind of getting a reset and jumping back into it? I think it's going to be a little bit of personal preference. I do, again, like the rewards as part of the track for getting it leveled back up, but it is definitely more of a grind, I will say that, to get all these levels back and all that stuff. So I could see it going both ways, but I'm curious if you've gotten to the reset. Let me know what you think. I am curious here. So we're just knocking this one out. First stage here, nothing too crazy. Kill a whole bunch of zombs. Kill the big fat man. If you didn't know, this is a great target for you to do any kind of continual trick with your fair weapons if you so choose to do that. Blackport PD and the big guys that heal are also great options for that. But Georgie, you can continue to attack and then just basically run out of the zone, run back in, and he will refresh his health. I don't believe you get the bonus points though, so you're missing out a little bit there. But if you want an easier grind to just getting your fair points from your weapons, that is an option. Me personally, and I thought about doing this, maybe I'll do it the next time it comes back around, because I think we did it the previous time, actually. I like taking my fair weapons and just busting through T-Hub with them. Makes for a little bit more fun of a clearance, makes it a little bit faster. You're putting them to good use, killing the bosses, especially if you get the minor. So I don't think that's a horrible use of resources. It's also fun to just shoot a whole bunch of confetti at all of the zombies over at T-Hub, and get a quick run through that is always good. But I have been kind of just stockpiling my fair weapons. Not that that's a smart play. I don't think you should do that. But definitely use up your confetti if you do end up picking up a bunch of it, which you should at every stage. Every stage is pretty good about hooking you up with some confetti, which is really nice. So we're going to go to good stockpile here. Let's get healed up. I did bring the spare set of armor because one, I thought we might need it in this stage, but we're definitely going to need it when we head over Commune. And that's how I like. I really like starting a season like this. Forlorn Fair, kind of dipping into 2 different seasons, is really cool. And in addition to that, Commune Trials, fantastic. Love me some Commune. So we'll head over there when we wrap this up. Nasty Bowl goes down, and we are looking pretty good. We also have Pursuit of Luck, so if you want to spin some caps, that's up. We have, what else am I thinking of? What else do we have? We've got we've got Port Lab, which we're going to be going. Great way to grind up some your early season progress. If you can knock out some Port Lab, ends up being really, really good. Like, quite good. You're going to get a lot of season points from the enemies, especially if you can kick it off on hard mode or even just a regular clearance. Enemies are pretty tough, and they're going to give you a good stockpile of stuff to look at. I did bring an AK. That was pretty good. So we're sitting halfway through level 21. And we'll pick up a good chunk of tickets here. Let's drop this in. Just gonna skip this really fast. Got a good stockpile. Let's go ahead and just grab my levels. Let's grab my rewards, and let's see all we got. We don't have a bunch of storage space, but I should pick up a good chunk. Plus, at 21, I'm gonna grab these genomes. So I'm curious to see how many we get there, but grab some tickets. Does it say? How many do I have right now? 2665. Let's see how many these are. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's 300. Okay. Hey, that's actually pretty decent. I was expecting it like 150. So I got 7 tickets. It is important to note too that these tickets do not expire. So if you're on the first run through of this, hang on to your tickets. I'm telling you, hang on to your tickets, because part of the initial stage's reward track is actually leveling up this prize stand. You want to make sure you get it fully leveled up, which I tell most players, wait until you're just about done with the first stage. You'll know, because you'll be able to see the rewards. But make sure you're grabbing your tickets, but also grabbing your additional prize stand upgrades, because that's going to make the outputs 10 times better. Then you can turn all your tickets in at once. The refresh does not matter, because you have a fully upgraded prize stand at that point. But for those that are still grinding through their original one, make sure to take a look at that. And look at what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. A little less, what did I do? 7 of these? Slightly fewer guns than I was expecting, but some pretty good rewards. Look at that, 9 total steel between steel bars and steel plates. We got some lead plate there, EC circuit, heat sensor, 15 carbon composites, like pretty nice. Car battery, a couple of lenses I'm happy about, some air filters, and some hydraulic or high-tech, I said hydraulic. High-tech components, you know what I'm talking about. Good selection of weapons. Quite a few Genesis weapons here, which is nice. We're going to head over to Port Lab and knock that out here pretty soon. So good complement of, I would call them kind of top-end weapons. Minigun, FN Scar, and AK are always really nice to see. Plus the old trusty Glock. Love me a good Glock. And a katana. That's solid. I'm happy with this. This is part of it. This is just good stuff, right? The only thing I'm like remotely upset about, just don't need plastic. I'll take the rest of this stuff, and quite a bit of it I will use, which is really, really awesome, especially a good handful of these guns. So let me grab these. We'll run back and forth. I'm going to go ahead. Actually, let's just queue up my dog with some of this stuff, and we'll queue up the chopper with a little bit more. I do want to run back and grab that stuff. I am rocking the drone here as well, because the drone's gonna help us out. We go to Commune. I'm hoping we get a good one. Hoping we get some goodies, some good stuff. Some of the easier. I just don't want to have to fight the Raiders. That's truly what I just don't want to fight the Raiders, but we'll see. Okay, let me drop a handful of things off, and we'll see you over at the Commune. All right, we're here at the Commune. We're geared up. Let's get into it. We're going to utilize our drone friend here. Did swap our armor out because our Raider set there was getting pretty low. I'm going to continue to talk about this. I just genuinely love this event. So much to like here. Big things to point out. If you're struggling for propellers, get in here and knock this event out. You really do have the opportunity. This comes around at least twice, sometimes three. I think we've had it 3 times before. I could be misstating that. At least twice, we're getting Commune event. This is a great opportunity. You do the full 5 days, you're getting yourself some propellers. So strong recommendation there. Of course, there's a whole bunch of other goodies. Some doggos is really nice for 3,000. Spectre card here. Some of the better things though that I think most people will grab, obviously if they need them, but I think sometimes don't really realize. 1 day's worth of the hardest mode here, which isn't super intensive for the most part, especially certain ones are. Certain levels of these are a little bit easier than others. Tasks, I will say. You got an EX mod for 1 day's worth. You do 2 days worth of the event. You got yourself a drone mod. Fantastic. Even some simple things. One or a couple of the easier modes gets you a biker magazine. Now, super important. That's a lot. I'm going to be honest. It's a lot of experience. Being able to level up your bike and getting you the opportunity to go and get some extra storage and all that good stuff. Tactical backpacks are things that people need an immense amount of and are always good to have extras of. That's only for 1,000. So there are some really quality rewards. If you're working on your ATV, of course you have your transmissions and your gas cylinders here. There's some genomes and a handful of other things. And even if not, you come over. I don't buy very much stuff in this daily shop, just because I think the other shop's rewards are that much more worth it. But if you have a few extra points or you knock some levels out or whatever, I mean, they got everything here, right? All your woods, you got your ash, you got your titanium and some steel plates, fantastic. Aluminum, even some meats if you need some turkeys. And also, a little bit underrated, but I think quality grabs. You have the different fabrics that you need for northern and island regions. So your tan fur, your woolen fabric, and your thick leather. All very, very good options, right? This just saves you some farming, a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of hassle. These aren't the hardest things to get, but it is nice if you just have some points and you're kind of knocking this this event out. On top of all of that, another really great way, grab some easy season progress here. I don't personally like Fortification Ritual. I think this one is the hardest, regardless of level, just because killing the Raiders soaks up. If you truly want to do it the easiest way, you use the Genesis weapons. You don't have to, but I think everything else, very, very doable. Like Purification Ritual, we're going to knock this out without much concern. I do like to get a damage boost here, use up some coins. Certainly don't have to do that, but it'll help us move through here just a little faster. We're going to get our companions up and running. But let's knock out a few of these. This one should get smoked pretty dang easy with the boosts, with the dogs active and running. We're going to kind of crush this, actually. So this one is actually not too bad. Once you get the Shamblers down, you'll kill these guys, and then it's basically 2 revives is what you are going to see from this. We'll knock out our Spore Spreaders. I don't know. Oh, that's right. One problem with the drone, sometimes with the dog, and you can avoid this by moving them around, is the drone will get stuck continuing to shoot the same downed enemy because technically they still have health, even though it's segmented to 1. So just do keep that part in mind. The drone's not quite as helpful in this specific task that you have. Other than that, though, drone will be a big help. So queue this up again. I'm going to get my points. I always go here, as you probably can imagine. I'm trying to grab me some drone BPs. So we're going to make sure we get our next one here and add up. And I should have an opening for drone BPs coming up here very, very quickly. Now, obviously, if you have the VIP zone and you have your Brutalizer, this is a great time to be able to use this weapon. Knock out Forlorn Fair with it, and then come and knock these out. You'll save yourself quite a few weapons. But really, one of the big things I would say is if you're struggling with these at all, guns are always, of course, going to be your best friend. That goes without saying. The reason I say that, though, is if you do take a quick look at the preferred weapons, you get a pretty good damage boost by just using the right weapons. So if you take a look here, there is a handful, this being one of them. If you have this or this or this, bring these melee weapons. Now you want to probably supplement with one of these guns. Bow's not bad. I actually don't like, I think the animal one is one of the easier ones. Supplement those melee weapons with just a few firearms if you can. Whether that be Glocks or VSS here for the fertility. Again, you can use the bow or just another weapon, maybe whatever you have that's either the best upgraded. What you're going to find is those melee weapons will do really solid damage. And then on top of that, you supplement when you're getting a little tight or, the stage is getting a little bit harder. Supplement, swap over into your firearms. You're going to see that you're going to move through those pretty easily and pretty quickly. So I think this is one of the best events, in my opinion, to trade up some resources. What I mean by that is spend some guns, spend some resources, spend some heals, spend some armor on this, because the stuff that you can get out of it, even just for doing it for a few days, super, super worth. Again, in addition to the fact that you're going to end up getting some good season progress by knocking these out as well. And the key really here is you got to be able to do the impossible missions and get those 2, or it's really 600 points per day to knock that out. Once you get sustainable at that, you're going to see this event just absolutely is awesome. Now, obviously, you can spend some coins. My personal opinion, your best coinage spend is here, like transparently. If you've got coins from maybe you're getting the season pass or whatever, and you're picking some of these up, don't be shy to spend some coins to get some extra things. If you need to cap out and grab one of these top tier, upper tier rewards, do your multiple days. You get 3 resets per day. Get your 600 points every day if you're knocking out the impossible one. And then just do some fast math and figure out, what do you need to top up? You need an extra fight to get an ATV transmission. That's probably worth 25 coins, to be honest with you. If you're really, again, struggling on the boat and you need to grab some propellers, should be able to get this, no problem, but probably a worthwhile. Or maybe you knock it out, you grab a few things you need, and you're like 1 fight away. 25 coins, grab something from here, pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good, in my opinion, of course. So we're going to save these up. We're going to go ahead. We're going to grab our drone blueprints here. Once we get the opportunity to do that, what I typically do is I've been grabbing drone blueprints. I've been actually grabbing titanium alloy, very, very expensive to make. And then I've been focused on grabbing a biker magazine as well. So hopefully at some point we can cut these off, making really nice progress with our bike. I think I'm at 85. We're going to look here really fast because I'm curious. Yeah, I'm at 85, so not a ton of levels to go. We've been really diligent on getting all that stuff, dropped in there and making nice progress. We've got everything maxed with the exception of durability and damage. Got the boost from the cage on here, but I'm going to try to max out durability, and we'll see what we get to damage. I think I got 9 levels left. I think is how that works from what I remember. So that's it for today. Sharing a little bit on our main account, just getting some things done, talking about some fun events, a few tips and tricks along the way as well if you're here knocking this stuff out. So enjoy the new season. We did also, I'll finish with, and I think I'm going to cover this in a different video. But we got some news about the Boggy region. Some unfortunate news. It's getting delayed, which is okay. Probably talk about that tomorrow, tentatively, or maybe next week. I gotta form some thoughts. Been seeing a few things on our Discord with some members chatting about it, and wanna bake on it. Want to chew on it for a little bit, maybe before we do that. So tentatively tomorrow or next week. Either way, we'll have a good video up for you that you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button for us. Let me know what you think about upgraded or reset Forlorn Fair. Really curious on hearing some thoughts on that. And other than that, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.